way better than us. I don't know what you want me to say. It's like they made more plays than us, and that's what it come down to. I mean, we had our opportunities. It wasn't nothing special that they did. We dropped balls, we turned the ball over, gave up sacks, we threw errant passes. That's it. They scored more points than us.
Can you put into words the disappointment you feel right now?
We lost. No.
Did you ever change anything defensively to take away your running lanes?
No.
I think you're disappointed not just for yourself and your teammates, because you guys talked about how your band of brothers coming in. And it's got to be real tough for everyone in a month.
I mean, that's such an odd. We haven't seen Cam like that in what seems like forever. It's always the $1 million smile. There were no footballs to hand off to the kids in the end zone. There was no dabbing. Barely any first downs. What do you make of what you just saw and heard?
It's a tough business. It's tough to win in this business, and it's even tougher to lose. And how you respond to that is really up to that person. I've had the camera there many a times. I've never lost in the Super Bowl. Lost 2 NFC championship games, and it was bad. But I understand his emotion, and I'd much rather him get up than say something that might hurt the shine that he has on his career and the shine that he has on the organization, and he's surely one of the bright lights in the National Football League.
But Trent, do you think he should have acted differently there and talked more?
Miller with the strip sack. Ball is out. Scoop, not quite a score, but you know at that moment the Super Bowl was pretty much won by the Broncos. Newton just 18 of 41, sacked 6 times, 265 yards passing. Miller gets the Super Bowl 50 MVP. 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks in this game alone. And the Broncos go on to win 24-10. Let's go next level to show you how much Newton was under pressure. Thanks to video tracking of every Super Bowl, the 21 pressures Newton took in Super Bowl 50 were tied for the second most by a quarterback. The most, Jim Kelly, 25, and Super Bowl 26. All 3 quarterbacks pressured at least 20 times. Went on to lose the game, not a surprise. Von Miller, what was the game plan, yo?
Honestly, it really wasn't, you know, an emphasis like that. The emphasis was to play the type of defense that we were playing all year long. Let DeMarcus rush, let Malik rush, Wolf, let all those guys be great. You know, of course we spied probably one or 2 times, 3 times max. But for the most part, we just played our game.
Sometimes on the sideline, I, tug his shoulders and I tell him, hey, you have to unleash the beast. Let's go, Vaughn. You have to get there. If they're fanning my way, you have to get there. Or I say, it's Miller time. I tell him that all the time, and when he feels that, and I can see it in his eyes, I know he turns on.
We've been flying under the radar, winning games all year. So, I mean, it feels tremendous. In my opinion, we're the greatest defense to ever do it, ever. I know. That's a bold statement, man. But it's just, man, we have, what I'm saying, from top to bottom. Thank you. From top to bottom, I mean, we have, the greatest talent, man. From rushers to inside guys to linebackers to safeties to corners. There's nobody better than us.
It means the world to me. I didn't want to be out of football. I felt like I could contribute. I got with a great group of players and coaches and a great leader in Jerry Coulee.
All right, fellas, I'll stay right there with Wade Phillips. I don't know where he is on the list of defensive MVPs for the Denver Broncos. You think about what they did to Tom Brady and the Patriots, and then we said, hey, totally different animal, what he's going to have to do now against Cam Newton in Carolina, yet the Broncos defensive unit did it.
No, it wasn't a different beast. I thought they would run blitz. I thought they would get penetration and get into the backfield. I didn't think, when we were breaking this game down, I didn't think if people really gave Denver's defense the credit. For one, you're really surprised by the power they have in the middle and the speed they have on the outside. The closing when the ball was in the air. Watch the contact. So not only big, they're also very, very fast off the edge, but their ability to build tackle in space. Wade Phillips to come up with a game plan for an extremely talented team, fast, big, and a great deal of depth, you know, at every position. That's what you ever to see today.
Trent, turnovers are like X-Files. The more you have, the more it will cost you. And in the end, that just did this team in.
And I'm going to build off what Chris said first, talk about how bad Carolina was. Exceptional, historic defense, and the big guys in the middle allow a lot of that stuff to happen. But Carolina has to respond. And this is a Carolina Panthers offensive unit that threw up on themselves. I'm sorry, but you dropped 4 balls and 3 of them are game-altering. This is a big-time drop right here. That's not an exceptional play by the defender. That's a drop by a contrary that's going to
take a lead
in the tight end. How about this one? This ball's ripped.
Buckeye got
that should be caught 100 out of 100 times. Instead, it's intercepted. Cam Newton, yes, he did not play great football. He passed the ball a little bit too much here. The sack fumble, but we're not showing the penalties on special teams, giving up the longest punt return in the history of the Super Bowl, the personal foul penalties, the missed field goals. This is a Carolina Panthers team that did not show up to the biggest stage in football, and they all know it. They're going to be tonight. They're going to be at that after party.
That special teams play, Trent, they could have forced a fair catch. Ended up being the longest punt return in NFL history.
Lazy special teams. It was bad football by Carolina. Great defense by the Broncos. Bad football by the Panthers.
It always seems to be a combination of the two things. Yeah. You're saying worse on Carolina's end.
I'm not saying worse. I'm saying you have to respond, and you got to make plays, and you got to do the routine. Some of those catches were routine. Special teams, you can't have 2 special teams penalties and flip the field that much. You can't be lazy and give up a 61-yard return. You got to make makeable field goals. I mean, you're in the Super Bowl. You have to do the basic stuff.
And if Aqib Talib tries that nonsense again come next season, he would have been kicked out of the game potentially if they make that rule change. About 2 personal fouls and the game gets tossed. Sports Center on the road. Wrapping up our coverage of Super Bowl 50 again. Not the finest game of his career, but it'll be forever remembered as Peyton Manning getting yet another victory in potentially his final game and riding off into the sunset.
My plan was to try to win this game tonight and to really take it all in and to enjoy being a part of this journey. And it's definitely been a heck of a ride. We just kept hanging in there, kept fighting, and I'm looking forward to celebrating with my family and friends tonight.
Let's see if